Good after morning! It is Wednesday, my dudes, which means it's time for another Evetech Top 10 special selection. Starting off with an honorable mention, Lenovo has a really cool special going on at the moment where they're giving you R1,000 off of their Creator Series notebooks. These are like business looking but gaming orientated notebooks. I've bought a couple of them for a friend's business. I've used them on review and I have to say they are really good bang for buck. You've got everything from an i5 with a 1650 all the way down, like there's literally an option every $100 until like 38k where you're looking at like really high end 10700 10750H at least with a 2060 as well. If I go all the way to the bottom here, you'll see like with 64 gigs RAM and 2 TB NVMe SSDs. But from the start of this, you do get these with 144 Hz monitors, which is really, or 120 Hz monitors at least. They're really nice to have that high refresh rate monitor built in because it's just better for gaming, like, let's be honest. And honestly, for video editing, it is nice to use a high refresh rate panel, just for the fact that if you're on 60 FPS video and you go to 24, it's like massively noticeable. And if there are any glitches even on your 60 FPS video, it's really easy to pick up on the higher refresh rate monitors. These can be used for anything, like I say, from gaming to development workloads, which is what we use them for in our sister company Wackiest Digital. We have a bunch of these and they're absolute workhorses. They've just sun up to sundown, don't skip a beat. 3-year warranty on most of them. But starting off with the top 10, at number 10, I've thrown in a little S110. I got some of these from Evetech. They gave me some of these and I kept the Bluetooth speakers because they just are damn good. And I gave the S110 to my stepmother and she loves it. It literally lives on the thing. Charges up about once a week and then it just carries on. $499. It's IPX5 waterproof as well, and microphone built in, like really nice controls on it, built-in SD card reader as well, so you don't even have to connect up to Bluetooth. Well, $500, like, these are absolutely fantastic. At number 9, I've thrown in this GT301 from ASUS. Reason being is it comes with 4 120mm fans. The layout's really good. It's kind of the default layout. Front side mesh, top side mesh with a back side mesh as well. You can put 240 or two 120s up top here, a 120 at the back, and 3 120s up front. And it comes with the 4 120s that you see in front of you. The Garretts and stuff look really nice. The overall build quality looks pretty damn good. I'm really liking what ASUS is doing with this tough stuff. It's like premium quality and layout without like a 3,000 Rand price point attached to it. I think the price versus performance on this is pretty damn good. Like, nice little headphone stand as well, full glass side panel. I don't know about this whole like seatbelt thing that's going on. Personally, it's not for me. On the look and feel, I would preferably remove that. But overall, the build quality and the flow and everything they've got going on here looks pretty damn good. At number 8, I've thrown in this Velocità because I've just reviewed it. The review's just gone live on Monday and it's really good for what you're paying for. I have to say, it's like quite refreshing to not have to look at a gaming seat like setup and be like, oh, 10 grand. You can take your existing chair and connect it to this unit and you've got it all in one, and you're not going to slip and slide around because it literally connects in here at the bottom. You can see it takes over 2 of the casting wheels from your chairs, and you can use just about anything with it. Whether it's a DX Racer you've got, or literally even the Icon chairs will fit onto this because there's 2 different size pins that they supply with it, and it literally, I can almost guarantee it'll work with almost any chair. It can be a macro chair, for goodness sakes, and it'll be able to connect into this thing. And then you've got a play seat, like a proper one that's fully adjustable, for like $3,200. There should be nothing to go wrong with this, really. If you treat it well, you could have this for like 10 years. So I think at $3,000, like, it's a really nice price point. At number 7, I've thrown in the XB3 because it's just still a really good price for a 240Hz G-Sync 27. As you can see, I'm very excited after having reviewed this, and I used this monitor for about 2 months and it left quite a hefty impression on me. I have to say, as far as 240Hz goes, this was my absolute favorite that I tested to date. The VA panel is phenomenal. It has a Delta E value of less than 2, so it's design level certified as well. A flat screen as well, which was like, I've actually come to prefer curved in certain senses depending on the curve, but it didn't detract from the experience. Everything on this was absolutely fantastic. This is pretty much the best 240Hz for the money that you can buy right now, in my opinion. Rounding out the top half at number 6, it's this Ryzen 5 3600X 470 bundle. I did feature it last week. There are some slightly better bundles available now, however, which will be coming up later in the show. But this one, focusing on this one, good motherboard, good processor. RAM I would look to upgrade in the future. That's about all you would need to upgrade if you're going to be going on to like even a 3070 kind of level. You're not really going to have that severe bottleneck with the 3600. It's still a really good little gaming chip, and because it's got hyper-threading, you can do other workloads like video editing and that sort of stuff on it pretty comfortably as well. Only reason I say upgrade the RAM is you want dual channel. This is a single 16 gig, and then you also want 3200 megahertz CL16. That's the sweet spot for the Ryzens, and most of the RAM kits are compatible, including the Clev, which is like 1,800 Rand. But as a baseline price for this, it's really solid. The motherboard as well is quite nice. It's got more than enough power phasing that you could put on a 3950X onto this, or like even the new 5950X, and you would have absolutely no problems running it. So good base platform to work off, good base processor to work off of, nice upgrade pathing, solid deal. At number 5, it's an Intel 10700F upgrade kit. While your upgrade pathing might not be as good with this, we'll have to see what happens with the 11th gen and backward compatibility support, because the LGA size isn't changing from what I've seen. So hopefully it will be backward compatible. But at the moment, on an 8-core 16-thread bundle, this is like super cheap, and it comes with that good RAM, that 16 gig 3200 megahertz CL16 kit. This is the exact kit that I'm talking about. Like, it's super good. It's super good. It won the Red Dot Award in 2019, limited lifetime warranty, the same as everybody else. The heat sinks are beyond beefy. They're the thickest I've ever seen actually on RAM to date, or that I've ever tested with. And this 8-core 16-thread is just going to be bolstered by that. You're literally not going to have bottlenecks. It's like a top 10 gaming processor. You're not going to have bottleneck at any point. And the B460H is just really nicely spec'd to set up with that. If you're not looking to do overclocking in the future, then this is absolutely perfect. It's got high capacity memory support. It's got tons of storage support. Dual M.2, actually make that a triple M.2 layout, and then a really good sound card as well. Like, it just ticks all of the right boxes for me for like a proper mid to high end gaming system. At number 4, it's Dell's 27-inch IPS monitor, 75Hz, FreeSync, and it's got the flicker-free technology on it as well. And this is TIV certified, so it's eye protection certified. So if you're sitting for long periods in front of the PC working or something to that effect, this is a really good panel for you. 75Hz FreeSync as well. It's just really nice to have. I have tested 75Hz FreeSync before, and it's nice. It is noticeably better than just a straight 60Hz panel. All of that for $2,800 with a 3-year warranty. Beating that out by a hair, it's another Dell monitor. Dell monitors at the moment are just absolutely staggering. This thing has 600 nits brightness, okay? You will retinal scar. I'm using a 350 nits brightness monitor, and that's more than enough for me. 300 is generally the point where I start to get some eye sensitivity personally. It's fully display HDR 400 certified as well. Once again, IPS monitor. I believe that this has 75Hz as well, if I'm not mistaken. But the main thing is it's a 1440p panel, and then it's covered, okay, so it's at 60Hz, but it is covered by the Dell Premium Panel Guarantee. Now, if you read this here, it says they will allow a free panel replacement during the limited hardware warranty, even if only one bright pixel is found. So 1 pixel fault on this, for 3 years you get a full panel replacement. Like, that's absolutely outstanding. Dell's obviously very confident in the quality of their monitor, and if you are a designer and you need some real estate on your screen, then this is going to be the one that I push you towards. That warranty is absolutely invaluable. The HDR is not a joke. Like, Dell, you guys are bad, lads. At number 2, it's this 5600X upgrade kit, and the reason that this beats out the other ones is because the 5600X is literally like the 4th best gaming processor, like out of box. If you don't change anything, if you're not worried about overclocking, anything to that effect, you throw in some 3200 megahertz memory with this processor, you're gonna have a good time. I have done a review on it if you want some information on this processor. Literally with like this exact motherboard. Yeah, it's good. It's very good. XR70 Plus, really happy with this motherboard. Did the 5950X tests right through on this. it was absolutely fantastic. 12 plus 2 power phasing. As you can see, there's 12 pins worth of CPU power connecting. It's got a nice M.2 heatsink. I like the board layout itself. The sound card's really good. Like, all of the built-in functions are nicely executed on this motherboard. It's just a really good bread and butter board. The 5600X is a monster. Like, it's actually quite sickening, like how strong that this thing is for the 6-core 12 thread. It was beating out the 2700X in multi-threaded as well. So it's like so strong, it's stronger than a thing that has 2 physical cores more than it. The only letdown here once again is the RAM. You're going to have to upgrade that in the future. This will work out of box for the time being, but you're going to want that dual channel, and you're going to want the 3200 MHz. And to be honest with you, it was actually a very interesting piece that the guys on Games Nexus did, where they actually showed that all 4 channels being filled with the RYZENs actually gives it an extra performance enhancement. So if you upgrade to 32 gig RAM across the board, all 4 slots in the future, like, it's gonna be an absolute monster. And the number 1 deal of the week, it's the Dell 144Hz monitor. I spoke about this monitor so many times, I just went ahead and bought one, and I'm probably going to do a review on it a little bit later on the channel, because it's absolutely staggering what they've done here. I will say, after using it, the FreeSync Premium with the 5600 XT that I currently have in my machine is not the best ever for games like CS, on extremely high frame rate games. On other games where it goes under like 144 Hz, it's absolutely fantastic to have, of course. The Radeon delay input stuff also doesn't work very well at the moment. I would steer you away from using it. I'll let you know how it feels when I use G-Sync. But there's a mode on here called MRPT. And what that does is it reduces all of your delays in your panel to 1 millisecond. Color as well as grade to grade times are all reduced as low as they possibly can go. And in that mode, regardless of anything else being turned on, it's absolutely staggeringly good. For 4.5 grand, you will not find a better monitor in the SA market today. This puppy then comes with a 3-year local warranty as well. And it's like, the curve is nice, the stand is really nice, it's super inobtrusive, it's nice and small, it's easy for me to get close up on the monitor. I'm literally using it right now. That's what I have in front of me that I'm busy scrolling up and down on, is this very monitor. And I'm not upset with my purchase at all. I'm having a fantastic time on this. The colors, because it's a VA, are just that much better than TN. Like, it's stand out for editing and everything else I need to do. It's absolutely fantastic. As you can see, 350 nits brightness. The brightest setting is far too bright. The MRPT or MPRT does lower your brightness somewhat, and I have maxed it out on the panel, but it's effective about 300 nits with that setting, and color reproduction and stuff is absolutely fantastic. I'm thrilled with it. I've below 0 bias models. One thing I will say though, the periscope neck is a little bit short. That is one thing. This periscope neck is a touch shorter than it should be, I think. It doesn't go quite as high up as I'd like, so I have to get it somewhat tilted, and if I don't sit correctly, then the curve is a little bit noticeable. But it's not too hard to get sense on with it, and once again, I'm a little bit taller than normal, so it probably factors in somewhat. Anyway, that is all we have time for in this top 10 this week. Until Friday, or maybe Thursday or Saturday, I'll see when I can get stuff out. I'm going to try to do 2 more reviews for you guys this week. I've got the Razer Black Sharks, as it actually, Black Shark V2 Pros, these wireless. I just got these as well, and I'm actually quite excited about these. I think they look absolutely fantastic. Just taking them out of the box and having a look and feel, build quality is absolutely phenomenal once again. I think Razer's doing a particularly good job with their peripherals at the moment. They've certainly converted the data in me. I wasn't vibing with them for a while, but they've stepped up to the plate, and let's see if they continue with this. But anyway, later in the week, if you guys have enjoyed this, please do hit us up with a like and subscribe. Every little bit does help, and can't thank you guys enough for your support, because we passed 18,000 subs on YouTube. Can you believe it? Anyway, onwards and upwards. See you on the flip side, etc, etc. Okay, bye, have a good one. Cheers. Good after morning, it is Wednesday, my dudes, which means that it's time for another Don't Be Whack Top 10 Tuesdays. Wednesday, bro. I just said it's Wednesday.